I'm really glad you could join the part 2 of the dashboard design episode. So in this episode, basically, or in this part, we are going to be designing this part of our dashboard with all these image cards and logo and everything here, right? Yeah, so let's not waste too much time and let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so basically we can see that we are off to a fresh start, and you can see that we have like a bunch of PNGs here. Now these PNGs aren't really any huge thing, they're just icons that I got from icon 8 and I think flat icon or something, like a bunch of other places where you get icons from. And so I'm going to, like, before I upload this video, I'm going to make a commit. So you can go to the repository in the description to go and see if you can use the image, or if you can get the image for yourself. But I mean, I'd recommend you also find your own icons, because at the end of the day, I mean, it makes your project unique. But I mean, if you want to also get it, no problem, we can roll with that. Because I mean, some of us just want to learn something, just move on or get something to showcase, I don't know. So yeah, now that we know this, let's not waste too much time. Let's quickly go to the dashboard here. Right now, inside the dashboard, what we want to do is, I'll just take this off, open up my brackets, and then I'll first of all start with the first div with a class of dashboard, right? And then inside that, we are going to have the next div, and that is going to be dashboard text, right? Dashboard texts, right? Now inside after the dashboard text, we're basically going to be having the dashboard form container, but let's not focus on that for now. Let's just quickly put in all the necessary things that we need inside the dashboard text, and then we'll come to the rest later. So I'll say dashboard logo. Okay, then we are going to be having an image. An image, sometimes I feel like it's React Native, but yeah, we're going to be having an image. Okay, let's bring the image in later. So going to be having an image, and then this image has a class name, and then the class name is what? Dashboard logo radio. Okay, logo. Okay, then we have what? I would want to add an h1, and then inside this h1 I'm going to put in neural feed AI. Okay, now we can now add our image. What image do we want to add? We just look here and you can see we can add this. So I can quickly just copy the name by pressing F2. I think for a Mac you just have to hit enter, and then you can select the name. Just copy that name, close this, and then I'm just going to import this. So import, so I'll just say logo, sorry about that. So import logo from, then would go back and go to the public, and then images, and then we have logo neural feed.png. Alright, so now that we have this all set up, let's quickly come here and then import it. Right, so I'll say logo, and then we should see the logo appear there, right? So now that we have this dashboard logo working, we just come down, and then we come up with another div that is going to be the dashboard options. So dashboard options. Okay, now inside the dashboard options we are going to have the dashboard option. So dashboard option. Okay, so inside the dashboard option, we are basically going to be having an image element, and then this image element is going to contain, let's give it a class name, right? Let's give it a class name, and then the class name is going to be dashboard image, dashboard option image, right? Okay, then right after that we can come down here and give it a span, right? And then we are going to say start a new chat. Okay, this is awesome. So what we can do is we can basically just import the images and use them, right? So I'll just say import chats from, then we just copy the whole of this path and just use it here, and then we just say what, chat.png. At least that was how I renamed the icon basically. So I'll just clean this and then put chat in there. You can see that we have the chat icon working, and then what we are going to do from here is you're basically going to be taking this whole thing, right, the dashboard option, and then we are going to basically spread them through. So I'll just take it and spread it through, right? So we have the option spread 3 times, right? We're just going to change a few things inside. So the first thing we change is the chat. The second thing is we want to be able to analyze the images. So I'll say analyze images. So analyze images, and then for the analyze image, I'll just copy paste, and I'll take images. So just images, right? Okay, so we have the chat, we have images. Oh yeah, wrong. Yeah, so images. Okay, then we should see a change. So the next one is basically going to be help with code. So in order for me to be able to import the icon, I'll just copy and paste this. I'll select this and then select this as well, and then I'll just change it to code, and then I'll come here and change this to code. So you should see that the icon should change, nothing serious, and I'll just change this to help with code. Alright, so help with code has been done nicely. Okay, so right after we are done with this, we want to quickly move on to the dashboard form container, which should obviously be right below this div. So for here we just say, I'll just copy, okay, I guess I need to rewrite it. So yeah, so dashboard form container, right? And then inside here would bring a form element, right? So form, no, not a for loop, a form. All right, so inside this form, you can just remove the action here and just bring a class name. And then what is going to be the class name? The class name is basically going to be dashboard form. I'll just copy this and put it here. Okay, so inside the dashboard form, we are going to be having an input, right? So we'll have an input, and then this input is going to be the type text, and then we add a placeholder, and then this placeholder is ask me anything. All right, and then what else? We are going to add a class name, and then the class name is going to be dashboard form input. Okay, nicely done. Then we come here and then add a button, right? And then this button is going to be having an image. Keep thinking this React Native. All right, so this image is basically going to have one more icon, that is an arrow. But before that, let us assign a class name to our button. So just say dashboard form button, right? And then the image, as I'll see here, for that, we just come copy paste, and then I'll just select this, hold alt, select this as well, and arrow. Okay, then I'll come and replace this with the arrow, so arrow. Okay, nicely done. Okay, so now that we have all of these bad boys set up, I think there's one more thing. We didn't give a class name to the dashboard form image, so I just have to copy this. Okay, and I'll paste this, and I'll just say image. Okay, nice and well done. I guess. So what we are going to do is we're going to now apply our CSS stylings to these bad boys right here, right? So you quickly come up here and then call the dashboard component here. What we are going to do is we're basically going to give it a height of 100%, and then we give it a display flex. So give it a display flex, then a flex direction column. Okay, then we give it align item center. Right, then we can see the changes being made in real time. Then we can come with a dashboard text. Right, now inside the dashboard text, what do we want to do? We want to first of all say flex 1. Okay, then after, we want to make sure that we give another display flex. Then we have align item center. Then we have justify content center. Then we give a flex direction column, obviously. Then we know that we have a width 50%. Okay, then we have the gap of 50%. Nice. 50 pixels. So now that we have this all worked out, what we want to do is we want to take the dashboard logo. Okay, that div, the dashboard logo div, right? We're basically going to take that. So let's say dashboard logo, and then I'll just give it a display flex. Okay, then let me put this on charge. Yeah, then right after giving a display flex, we want to align item center. Align item center, and then you want to give it a gap of 20 pixels. Gap 20. Yeah, it has to be automatic. I don't know why it's wasting a little bit more time, but then we set the opacity to be 0.2. that should be okay. Okay, so now that we have the dashboard logo all worked out, we need to be able to customize how our image looks, or the size of our image, and all that stuff, right? So I'll just come down here, and then I'll take the dashboard logo image, or logo radio, right? So we could, just so things wouldn't look weird, let me make it logo image, right? So image, right? Okay, so dashboard logo image is basically going to say that its width wants to be 64 pixels, and I'm going to make sure that the height is also 64 pixels. Alright, so now that that has been set, I want to quickly come down here to dashboard logo text. Okay, now that's basically going to be the neurofeed AI text. So for that, we'll just take the dashboard logo text, okay, dashboard logo text, and then we'll give it a font size of 64 pixels, right? And then we'll give it a background linear gradient, right? Then we say to right, right? Then we'll say 2ECC40. Then we would give it our other color, which is 39CCCC. Nice. So now that we have this, we can come down and then add a color transparent. Now in case you are finding it difficult to follow, all you have to do is to just go to your home CSS here, just copy this logo text, right? Just copy the logo text and bring it here and just paste it. I know this one, I'll just clean it and clean this one as well. Then yeah, all we have to do is change the font size to what, to that 64 pixels. All right, so now that we are done with that, I want to take the dashboard options. Okay, let's, okay, yeah, so everything is working. So for the dashboard options, what are we quickly going to do? I'm going to set the width to 100%, and then I would say display flex, then I'll say align item center, right? Then I would say justify content space between, all right? Then we'll give it a gap 50. Okay, so now that we've been able to give it the gap 50, what do we do next? We take each and every single dashboard option and then apply a few styles to it. So dashboard option, right? Then what are the styles that we are going to be applying to each dashboard option, right? We're basically going to be giving it flex 1, right? And now this flex 1 is going to basically make sure that their boxes are evenly separated, if you get what I'm trying to say. So yeah, then I'll just give it a display flex. Then I would say flex direction column. Okay, then let's not forget our gap 10. Okay, font width 300, font size, let's give it 14. Then padding, okay, then the padding is going to be 20 pixels. Okay, looks just good. Then we have a border 1 pixel solid. Oh, okay, nice. Then we have what, border radius. Okay, so for the border radius, we are going to give it 20 pixels. Okay, nice and clean. Whew. Okay, so we are done with the dashboard option, right? We want to now tackle how the option images look like, because I mean, right now if we try to expand this, okay, it looks cool. Actually, it does look cool as we want it to. I don't know, I'm starting to feel like we should just leave the images like that, because I don't know, for some reason they just look cool being like this. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, but I guess we need to work on the images still. Let's stick to the plan, I guess. But if it doesn't look good, I guess we just have to get back to the old one, the old design that we were here, right? So I'll just say dashboard option image, and then for that, let's give it a width of something like a 40 pixel, and then give it a height of 40 pixels. So okay, so now we are starting to see some huge irregularities whenever we minimize or we reduce the size. Let's make it 50 and see what happens. Let's make it 50. Okay, I think this is way better, so let's keep the 50. Okay, then let's not forget to make sure that let's not forget to make sure that the object fit is cover, right? So object fit, we set that to cover. Okay, now we have the option images all set nicely done, right? They've been done nicely. They've been arranged perfectly. This is how they're supposed to look like. I'm happy with it. So the next thing is we're going to be working on this right here, right? Let's not waste too much time and just get to it. So let me highlight this then. Oh, I asked my mouse keep doing this. So let's quickly come down here. Okay, then we'll come and say dashboard form container. Okay, so dashboard form container, that's like a form container, that div, right? So with that, so let's first give it margin top auto, right, to set it to the bottom of the screen or the page, and then we'll give it a width of 50%. all right, then we'll make sure that it has a background color. Okay, so give it a background color of 2C2937. Right, then right after we are done with that, we'll basically come to the border radius. And then we're going to give it 20 pixels, 20 pixel border radius. Okay, then we'll come to the dashboard form itself. Then for that, what we are going to do is we're going to give it a width of 100%, a height, we're going to give it a height of 100%. Then we are going to give it display flex. Then align item center. Then we're going to give justify content space between. Okay, then we're going to give it a gap of 20 pixels, right? Then we say MB, so MB is going to be 10 pixels, obviously. Okay, so now that we have this working out like we wanted to, right, I'll quickly just go to the dashboard form input, right, and then let's quickly style the inputs that is inside there. So first of all, this input is going to get a flex 1. Okay, this input is going to get a flex 1. Then after, we are going to give it a padding 20. Then we set the background to transparent. Okay, then now that the background is transparent, what else do we want to do? We want to give it a border none. We want to remove all the borders that surround it, right? Then after making sure that the borders are gone, we'll make sure we take out every outline, right? And then the color, we make sure that the color of the text is what? CC or EC. Okay, then we come and then apply a font family. Okay, so for the font family, you already know, go for the system UI and just apply our power pens in front of it. Okay, nice. So with that, you just come down here and then we would basically add more class names. And then what are we going to work on? We are going to work on the dashboard form button, right? Dashboard form button. So for this, what we are going to basically work on is say that background color has to be 605E68, right? So we have that working. We give it a border radius of 50%. Okay, and then we make sure that there are no borders actually. Yeah, next is we make sure that it's a cursor pointer. Okay, so cursor pointer. Then we set the padding to 10 pixels, right? Set the padding to 10 pixels. We give it a display flex, justify content center, right? Display flex, justify content center. Then we align the items center to as well. Last thing is going to be margin right 20. Okay, so now that we have this, right, we can see that everything is working quite okay, but except for the fact that the button is big. Now it's not really the button's problem, it's actually the image, the image inside the button. So for that, what we are going to do is we just take the class name of the image of the button. So we'll just say form button image, right? And then for that we just apply a width of 16 pixels, and then we apply a height of 16 pixels as well. Then once we save that, okay, looks like there's something wrong somewhere. Let me check the terminal, make sure that it's running. Okay, terminal is running. Let's check where is the problem. Let me check something. So this is dashboard image. Okay, so it was actually the wrong class name that I had applied. So we have basically been able to fix that. Okay, so that should be it. When we open or when we expand, you should see that everything should look as cool as new, right? So that's basically it for this part of the episode. And then in the next part, we are basically going to be working on the design of the actual chat, whereby you have the user chatting here, and then the AI replying, right, and some other things that come with it. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video.